So these are my ribbons of light.
You know what's cool? Like, I really like that how you weave your different art forms together. Like you skate, but also you like what do you call it?
Restored.
Yeah, restored the skate, but also you design it as well.
Yeah, they were just plain white. These are vintage 1950s skates. They're from us, and she was an ice skater.
Did it come with this too, or
no? I added that. That's kind of like a signature style for that type of skate now.
Oh, okay.
It's the fur tongue.
Yeah,
the sheep's wool. Yeah, it was Betty Little. It was an ice skater who started her own line of skates back in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like since skating's all the rage again.
Yeah,
they're fairly popular to find, but they're all in pretty worn condition or been sitting in someone's attic for 40, 50 years, and it was just finding some and restoring them was kind of a really fun little project, and just giving them new life, and adding some sauce.
Yeah, I love it. It definitely looks so dope.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about artistic skating. What exactly is that? And like what are the other forms of skating if you do artistic skating?
So artistic skating is very similar to what you would see on ice, where there's the dance aspect where they're doing, say, it's like ballroom, where there's tangos, waltzes, foxtrots, like all those different dances, and there's certain set patterns and steps that you do on the floor. There's more of a freestyle dance, which is got some partner lifts and also very more similar to like the ice skating, partner skating with the jumps and the lifts and stuff. And then there's, if you ever go to a roller skating rink and you see the circles on the floor, and there's sometimes the little swirly ones, it's called figures. And that's literally where you're tracing the line, splitting the line between the wheels.
Oh, really?
And you have to trace it, and you're doing different types of turns. So you're going forwards and backwards on those circles, and you can't like stray off the line. That's how you get judged. And
wow.
That one's pretty hardcore. It takes a lot of patience for that. When you're like 15, you're just like, oh, I have to trace this line, Like it was very challenging. That was actually one of the divisions that my mom was a champ at, was tracing those lines. Like she could trace them like nothing. But yeah, and then there's like pairs, and like you see most popularly on ice skating is with the big jumps, the triples and axles and sow-cows and all those big fancy jumps. So it's all primarily the same. I've been learning ice skating for the last 2 years. I've actually been like taking lessons, and because I was always horrible at ice skating and tend to always hurt myself somehow. And so fortunately my boss's wife is an ice coach.
Wow.
Yeah. So after years and years of me going, I want to take lessons, I finally we made it happen. And so I've been training and learning. I ice skate twice a week, and in the mornings before I go to work. And
what's the mechanics of skating, or like artistic skating and ice skating? Is it different because one is on 4 wheels, one's on a blade?
Yeah, I mean, like there are general concepts that are similar, like outside edges, inside edges, the same kind of turns, like 1 foot or 2 foot turns, jumps, things like that are all basically the same. But technique wise, it's very different. Like on a roller skate, when you push, you learn to roll off your toe off that that inside wheel. On ice, if you were to roll, you would hit your toe pick and just flick your foot out. And so you have to learn to use the edge. You have to let the blade do the movement for you for the most part. Like it's just a matter of how you're working your foot with, and letting the ice do most of the work. Like if you're doing a spin, you're letting the ice, like the blade, take the ice. With the wheels, you have to really maneuver it a lot more with your foot, and you're really carving with your toes, and so it's very different. So whenever I go ice skate, I'm always like, I have roller brain, so I'm always like, okay, I'm on ice, switch channels, and my coach will be like, I know you're thinking you got wheels on your feet, She's like, damn it. But I mean, ideally, it's so much the same, and just never gained the popularity or became an Olympic sport, like ice skating is. So
Yeah. Are there any things you do in order to still do these activities? Because you don't just do these activities, but you do it like very fluidly and very freely, right? So like, how do you maintain your body so you can do this? And because I notice like the more I sit in the chair, my back gets really tight, my hamstrings get really tight, and I constantly feel all the time like, am I becoming that person that just gets stiff?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I'm horrible at stretching, like maintaining body maintenance. But so far, I haven't had any major injuries over the years between dance and skating and just all the active things that I do. And my body's been fairly agile. I definitely wake up feeling 46 these days, but I'm able to kind of work it out. And like the increase of skating has actually improved my knees significantly in the last like 2 years. Like I was having all kinds of knee issues and MCL stuff, and it was questioning like maybe I shouldn't be skating because my knees are messed up, like they're hurting, But then once I kind of got over and started doing a little bit of a regimen of some squats and stuff like that, I feel like my quads and my knees are so solid right now. Like I haven't felt this good in my knees since I was probably 18. I'm like, let's go. And even dancing and doing floor work and dropping down, normally my knees and quads would just gas out and I just stay down until my set was over. Now I'm up and back down, up, and feels great. So I encourage people to skate.
So like you mentioned something about squats. Like do you do any like a particular style or methodology for squats, or
no? I don't get too involved or too deep into it. I just do some lateral with a band, lateral sides, and then just regular squats. I was training pistol squats for a while just so I could do like the sit spin type movements and stuff. And that's really hard, but it helped increase everything, like all the strength. So anybody, if you can do a pistol squat,